Hello guys, today we're going to discuss about Khamzat Chimaev because I'm getting so many questions whether he is the greatest prospect or not, and let me talk to my fans what I think. I will share my thoughts. I mean, of course, you can agree or disagree, whatever works for you, but as of now, I will say, well, technically, if you look at the stats, the answer would definitely be yes, because he holds two records, When we take a look at Khamzat Chimaev, he holds two records. I mean, fastest consecutive wins in modern UFC history, 10 days, and the quickest three-fight win streak in modern UFC history, 66 days. So technically, when it comes to to stats, technically yes. But let's put on a deeper analysis. Actually, Khamzat Chimaev is Russian-born Swedish mixed martial artist known under the nickname Boris. 6'2", 75 is his reach. Well, he competes at welterweight and middleweight, and comes out from wrestling with also a blue belt in BJJ, but technically right on a score of 9-0. Khamzat is actually the former Swedish freestyle wrestling champion, and that's good. But when we took a close look at his performance, when it comes to wrestling, he is very, very much dominant on the ground, and people compare him to Khabib Nurmagomedov. But Chimaev in one of the interviews said that he knows to knock people out, and that he believes he is not Khabib 2.0 because of that, because Khabib mostly out-meows the opponents and doesn't pay much attention to stand-up. All right, Khabib knocked Conor McGregor down, but Conor recovered almost instantly. When it comes to Chimaev, his big right hand showed its real value against Gerald Meerschaert. And the answer to this question is technically very, very hard. Now let me compare it to Gilbert Burns a few years ago. When Gilbert fought Gunnar Nelson, many people were saying, so what if he wins, if he doesn't win or so. But then Gilbert defeated Gunnar Nelson and turned the lights out on Damian Maia of the counter, then outworked Tyron Woodley, and now he is in the line for the title. Looking back at this, Khamzat Chimaev was very much dominant at Brave CF and defeated some fighters via powerful submissions, powerful punches. I still remember his knockout punch over Ikram Aliskerov, which happened in the first round, but technically this is Khamzat's fastest win in the career. When it comes to takedowns, he is awesome. When it comes to meowing people, Khamzat is just awesome. Clinch game is outstanding. Don't know much about his kicks, but when he's on the top of the opponent, Khamzat is really, really powerful. And technically, I didn't know that he can turn the lights out so easily until he faced Gerald Meerschaert. But let's take a look at this, at the background of this fight. Gerald Meerschaert, well, he's a BJJ guy, BJJ black belt, and his striking is okay, let's say okay, but he's not the most elite striker one can face. That's number one. Number two, Gerald Meerschaert is left-handed, and well, I'm also southpaw. Right hand is the most devastating weapon when you want to defeat a southpaw fighter. So Khamzat is a big prospect, but now he should fight a ranked opponent to see whether he is really that good and powerful or overrated. But I don't say he's overrated. He's very, very good. Very big prospect. At the moment, I believe he is the greatest prospect, but he needs, which kind of opponent he needs. He needs a fighter who ducks punches well and who defends takedowns well. At 170, at 185, well, it's gonna be hard to find such an opponent, because only top-ranked opponents are known for these criterions, actually. And from what I can see in these divisions, well, maybe the good opponent would be, according to me, it would be Gilbert Burns would be the best opponent ever. Damian Maia is a good pick, but Damian Maia is not a brutal counter-puncher. He is just perfect BJJ fighter on the ground, and Damian Maia is actually the guy who actually extra defensive guy, and I don't know how would Khamzat fight extra defensive guy. Probably he would keep the fight standing or whatever, but going on the ground with Maia, he nearly submitted Gilbert Burns, but thanks God Gilbert won that fight. And got to say, Khamzat needs a guy with good counter punches, and Khamzat needs a guy with good wrestling takedown. Maybe most suitable opponents for him at the moment are, well, I would name few of them. When it comes to middleweight, probably Adnan Shabazian or Yoel Romero. I would definitely pair him with those kind of guys. Or maybe at 170, I see him against Gilbert or maybe against Nate Diaz. He might be stronger than Nate Diaz, but Nate can take a punch. Nate knows to counter. If he wins ranked opponent, then he probably is. I mean, he hasn't fought ranked opponent at the moment, and that's actually something that Khamzat needs at the moment. I don't know who's gonna be his next opponent, but many people say Maia is a perfect opponent for him. No, I say it's Gilbert, because you saw when Maia went for a right, Gilbert up to this side, a left hand to the chin. Against Khamzat, it would have been a perfect counter. If Khamzat did this, Gilbert counters, and he is actually a good opponent for him because he ducks well. His takedown defense is very good. I mean, Gilbert can fight on the ground if he wants to, but he knows to kickbox very well, and I dare to say that he is one of the best kickboxers in the division. Also, I dare to say that, different opponents need different fighting styles. Maybe Robert Whittaker, but I don't know. I think Khamzat's wrestling is better than Whittaker's, but Whittaker's punching is out of this world. Jack Hermanson maybe is a good opponent. Never know. Kelvin Gastelum gave a hard time to Israel Adesanya, and his wrestling is good, so he should now defeat ranked opponent. That's what Khamzat Chimaev needs at the moment. He just needs to defeat a ranked opponent, so we can see whether he really is the greatest talent in the history of this competition. Everybody kicks off with opponents that are not well ranked, but he defeated the gatekeeper John Phillips via Bravo choke. Then he defeated Rhys McKee, and to be honest, against Rhys McKee, I wasn't expecting such a fast finish. Entering the lights out on Gerald Mearshart, who really gave a hard time to some guys like Eric Anders or Kevin Holland. So his values be, I mean, the guy defeated Thiago Marata Santos. What else are we talking about next? So Khamzat is definitely talented. We'll see him versus a ranked opponent, and I believe at the moment he might be the greatest prospect in the UFC, and I mean, evidences speak for themselves, so let's just see who's gonna be his next opponent. Would I like to see him against Maia? Well, maybe I would, but Maia is super defensive, and I don't know whether it's a good pairing for Khamzat or not, but let's see. I just hope we will see him against well-rounded fighter with great wrestling defense, with great clinching, good knees or so, and that would actually be the best way to see whether Khamzat is really born for the top of this division and whether he can be the champion. Some people also ask me whether he can be a two-division champion. Well, you must look ahead. You must look ahead a lot, when it comes to that parameter. You must look ahead a lot. Can he be? I mean, okay, he turned the lights out on Gerald Mearshart, defeated Rhys McKee, defeated John Phillips, but he's kicking off, and I can't respond to that question right now. But when he defeats some ranked opponent or a top 5 opponent, I can tell you whether he can deal with the greatest guys in the division. I said Gilbert Burns is going to be the champion 1 year ago, and after his win over Gunnar Nelson, people were laughing at my face. So right now I'm saying that Khamzat is going to reach top 3. That's what I can say. Whether he's going to be the champ or not, I don't know. Whether he's going to be double division champion, I don't think he can defeat Gilbert, but let's see which way is it going to go. Just sharing my thoughts. I hope you agree. If you don't agree, again, I'm glad because, it makes a difference and we're progressing together. Thanks a lot, everybody.